Welcome to the TimeOut2 channel. How you guys doing today? We are excited. We're excited that we're getting new topics to talk about, new and concerning titles, should I say. So today we're going to focus on our educational system. That's right. Today. We're focusing on our educational system. And the question is, why are we not taught how to manage a checkbook, to obtain and sustain a mortgage, how to balance your bank account? Like, why in our educational system are we not taught this? We are financially illiterate. Understand me. Financially illiterate. Seriously. We know nothing about real world skills, real life skills. In economics, they teach us about what they're doing, not about our own economical freedoms that we need to obtain as individuals, as people, as citizens, sovereign citizens. Okay? They do not teach us anything that's related to real world stuff. How in the world are we competing with China and we know nothing about finances? We are, might as well say we done lost the game before we even started. Am I right? Am I right? If I'm right, man, click that like button down there. If I'm right, leave a comment down there, man. What is our financial system and relates to our educational system? Why is there no classes on this stuff, man? 101 mortgages, 101 deeds, 101 stocks, 101 bonds. You basically have to go to college to get any particular knowledge about it. And when you get to college, it still ain't the same. Still really nothing that's real world that's going to make you a millionaire or billionaire. Or make you financially free. It's to make you a slave. To keep you crippled in bondage. To depend on the government to provide for you financially. Could you imagine if you taught a 5-year-old about stocks, bonds, ETFs, mortgages, how to save, how to balance a checkbook, how to count money properly, not just 1 + 1 = 2, 3 + 3 is 6. No, not that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about debt combining, stuff like that. Like you take the most of your money, the bulk of your money that you're going to spend on your bills and put it on your biggest bill. That type of stuff. You understand me? Why are we not teaching this? You say, oh, wait, a 5-year-old wouldn't understand that. That is when they understand. That is when they start putting things in their brain to develop them as early adults. Between the ages of when you're born and 2 years old is when you learn your most. And what's going to develop you as an adolescent / young adult / adult. It's proven. Go look it up. You don't have to take my word for it. Look it up. It's proven. When we're little children, we're like sponges. Your brain is like a sponge. It starts to just eat up all that knowledge. So this is when we should be teaching and preaching. I don't know, some people say, well, that's boring, but that's life. How else are you going to be financially free if you have no idea of how to get the money, first of all, and what to do with it? Why do you think so many people that win the lotto are broke within 2 years of winning the lotto? Does that make any kind of sense? Any kind of sense? Today you're a millionaire, tomorrow you in the welfare line. Come on, people. Let's just be realistic here. Let's be honest with ourselves. And this is what you want for your children? They're going to go to school for 12 to 16 years of this. Just to come out financially illiterate. I was listening to a doctor. This lady's a doctor. And she said, yeah, she was making the money, but she was illiterate when it came to finances. She knew how to pay her bills, but she didn't know how to manifest and have her money working for her as she's sleeping. Or manifesting her money to have her money gaining interest, compound interest, things of that nature. She didn't know nothing about that. It's lawyers out there. They make a lot of money, but they don't know they don't know the entities that they can take their money so that it will manifest into more money and that they no longer have to go into that job setting. It's not good enough just to own your own business. It's not good enough just to own your own business. It's not good enough to own your own business. Eventually, you want to step away from that crap, man. Not to have to deal with customers every day. Not wanting to have to deal with inventory every day. Not wanting to have to deal with unemployment every day. You want to be able to step away from that and have freedom, meaning you can go and travel the world with your family and still have money coming to your bank account. This is what gurus do. See, we trying to be gurus. But this is what the people that know the money game do. Are you serious right now? Why would you send your child to a babysitting entity all so that you could go to work to be a slave and they can learn to be a slave? Why? And I asked my grandma, I said, Granny, rest in peace to my grandmother, both of them. I said, Granny, why you didn't tell me what life was about? Why you didn't tell me this? Why? Didn't I deserve to know? But how do you tell? I had to ask myself this question. How do you tell your child or your grandchild that they are learning and working to become a slave? How do you fathom the audacity to tell them that? How in the world could you explain that? Baby, I know I keep telling you, go to school, go learn everything that they telling you, but in the end, you're going to be a slave. In the end, you're going to be an employee. They went from employees, they went from slaves to employees. They went from masters to bosses. They went from plantation to corporation within 100 years. This is a proven fact. Let me say that again. They went from slaves to employees. They went from master to bosses and supervisors. They went from plantation to corporation within 1 year's time span. Over time, they just changed the name. Over time, they just changed the names. Over time, they just changed the names. Clever people, right? Clever people. And then they just didn't want color folks. It didn't matter who it was. At that point, it was about the money. The money game. When you go into a bank, they give you that candy. They say, hey, sucker, here's a piece of candy. And they take your money every Friday, put your money in the account, give you less than 1% of that money, and then they take that money, the money that you gave them, and put it in the stock market, and they make tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money off of you. but you can't even walk in that bitch and get a loan. Hear me, guys. Hear me. Understand me. You can't even get a loan. You can't get a car loan. You basically got to come from out of the country to have super duper credit just to get anything. To get a store, to get a house. That's why you see people that come from other countries are able to progress further than we are. And you say, well, how's that even possible? How's that even right? Because they don't have no history of credit. And the government pays them grants to open these businesses. So guys, today I want you to ask yourself, when you went to school, what did you really learn about life? If you're interested in this and y'all want to have a topic conversation about this, put it down there. Put it right down there in the comments so that we can discuss this and try to get a better understanding of where we're going in our future. Are we going to continue to go through this? Why do you think so many people, now that the coronavirus has come up, why do you think so many people are not going to go back to their jobs as teachers? Are not going to go back to school as students? Because guess what? There something going on in their head said, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. This ain't for me. I would rather stay at home and do the work and still be financially free with my time. Put in 4 hours a day on the computer and then go do what the hell I want to do for the rest of the day. Do that make sense, guys? That makes perfect sense. Real briefly, and I'm finna wrap it up. I was on the beach on a Tuesday. And I had so many disgusted, distasteful looks at me because I was a colored person, black person. I don't know what to call it these days. We the only ones that just can't seem to get a color in that checkbox. Anyways, so many disliked notions and dislike looks, like saying to themselves, why is this, you know the word, out here in our environment on a Tuesday at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock when they should be working? No disrespect to nobody. No disrespect. But in their mind, that's what they're thinking. Why else would they be looking disgusted? My sister and my grandmother, one of my grandmothers, was out at the beach around the same time. They had the same experience. And someone actually walked up to them and said, hey, what are you guys doing out here? Like, we didn't belong there at that time of day. So that tells you some people's thinking of how this system really works. Why are you even out here at our beaches, at our parks at this time of the day? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Those hours is for you to go get you a 30-minute lunch, a 15-minute lunch, and get your ass back to work. Us, we parlay all day. We at the golf course all day. We at the beach all day. We bicycling all day. You go to work. So that we can have these pleasures. TimeOut in the building. I'm busting it down, y'all. I'm going to have some very good conversations, man. Very good conversations. And I don't care what they do. Ain't nothing they can do. Because this stuff has to be talked about. I'll make my own website. See if they can shut that down. But it has to be said in order for us to better ourselves as people. And not just black people. All people. All people. Because if your money ain't green enough and you ain't a part of the 1%ers, they do not care nothing about you. And even if you is a part of the 1%ers, you know what you got to be. You got to be a certain... Okay? We're not going to mention that, okay? So, let's get it together, man. Much love. Much energy. Mad energy. We out here, man. We're discussing some very powerful... I gotta say that again. Powerful subjects on this channel. If you don't like it, skip over. Go to the next one. Cause we finna do what we gotta do over here. I love y'all. Y'all support me. 1,000, 100, 1 million, 1 trillion. We gonna get that right now. We gonna get that. We gonna get all the subscribers. I ain't worrying about it. My top is gonna be filled with content, man. We gonna get that. So I don't even look down there every time oh, well, you only got so and so and so. It's coming. It's coming. I'm manifesting it. It's coming. I'm manifesting it. It's coming. You know it's coming. Might as well get on the board, get on the bandwagon while it's nice and hot. While it's nice and hot right now. Alright, I love y'all, man. Y'all, big up to y'all. Y'all inspire me. Believe it or not, you guys inspire me so much. So keep it up. Keep up the good work, guys. We love you. Peace. In the Middle East and the Americas. Love you guys.